Good afternoon. I'm in Huancas again, just outside Chachapoyas, and I've been inspired to cook a traditional dish called Pachamanca. The reason I've been inspired because of this plant. It's called huacatay, which I have seen labelled on a packet called black mint, but it isn't a mint because it doesn't have a square stem. I've recently found out it's from the marigold family. It has absolutely amazing smell, and it seems that I'm right at the edge where this is going to be useful. Pachamanca traditionally is cooked in a hole in the ground using hot rocks which have been on a fire. There is another way of doing it, which I'm going to do. It's also cooked in the earth, but I'm going to use a pot, an earthen pot. Now these are special pots because they're made in the village, which is only half a kilometre away. Made by the women. They're very rustic, great for curries, good for cooking over the fire, cooking your beans, your maize, things like that. And it also, when it cooks in this pot, it exudes an earthy taste. So it's an alternative way of cooking Pachamanca, and a lot easier than putting rocks in a fire and then digging a hole and putting the rocks in the hole. So yeah, let's get on with it. So first I'll get the leaves off. I'm not sure how I'm going to mash these up really, because ideally you use a blender, but being out in the countryside there's no blender, so I'm just going to mash it up as best I can with this. This is parsley. Now comes the huacatay. The smell of this is just awesome. This is just the most amazing smell. It does have a minty smell about it, but it's got like 100 other different smells in there. Now I say it's right at the edge. I think I'm lucky to get this actually. Get some garlic in there. Some cumin, ají panca, chili panca, whatever panca means. Get a lot of that in. That goes really well with the meat. I'll swill that out actually. This is yellow chili. Put all that in as well. Got some oregano. Oregano. Forgetting my roots. And some pepper. Oh, probably a little bit more in there. And salt. This is Peruvian salt from marinade. And this is chicha. This is like a beer, I guess. It's fermented maize. Put some of that in. And some black beer. It's one of the few beers that are easily accessible here in Peru. Don't need that much. I wonder what will happen to the rest of it. Right, now mix that in. Like I say, I've got chicken, pork and lamb. Now lamb here in Chachapoyas is usually sheep or mutton. People don't believe in killing young animals here, which is good I guess. More flavour as well, but the animals definitely have a better life. Chickens don't. Chickens are just chicken, unfortunately, aren't they? So I'm going to just pour that in. And then just move that around a bit. So that's that. I will now leave that until tomorrow, and then we'll do the cooking. Good morning. Got my brew, start the day. Gonna have a quick breakfast and then get on with cooking the Pachamanca. We had a bit of rain during the night, so the ground's a little bit wet, but it looks like it's going to be a great day. So I've got 3 rocks here to balance the pot on the top. It's the way they like to cook in this area still. It's called a la tushpa. So now I need to get lots of firewood. So I've got the meat, which has been marinating overnight. Got potatoes, sweet potato, and beans and corn. So we're going to line the base of the pot with a bit of the corn husk, panca as they call it, and take the lamb out. I'll put the pork. Potatoes are a bit large, so I'm just going to chop those up. Practicality, I'm just going to use the machete. There we go. Now the sweet corn. Again, I'm going to chop those up just to make it a bit easier. Enough sweet corn, beans, put the beans in wherever they'll fit. I want to make the most of this. Get some of this juice over there. And to finish it off, we seal it up. Well, just helps keep the vapour in by putting the sweet corn leaves over the top. Will the lid go on? That's the thing. Yes, it will. Now time for the fire. So I've made myself some shade high up in the Andes. We're at 2,600 meters here. The UV is very high at times, and I've got a long wait, so I may as well make myself comfortable. Let me tell you more about the pots. The pots are made in the village locally by the women. They don't use a wheel. They use bits of cane and bone and they bring up the pot using their fingers, and then they smooth it out with the basic tools. Then they fire them over an open fire. It's a technique that they've been using for centuries, literally. It's been cooking for 2 hours. I'm going to take it off. Sure it's done. It's still bubbling away. That's good. That is really good. If I'm to be honest, I thought this was going to be the problem right at the start. I didn't have enough huacatay. The taste is there, but it could have done with, at least twice the amount. And it's still very, very nice. So another culinary adventure finished. I will definitely be using that pot again for more cooking. And the tushpa, the 3-stone fireplace, has worked very, very well. Just missing a bit of that herb. So I'm going to pack up and get the pot down to the family so they can enjoy lunch too. Thanks for watching.